Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Deadly Spark and welcome back to Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. Now today we are doing a direct follow-up to the last video. In this video we are going to see if we can replace an auto tank. See if we can defeat what defeated the auto tank without using an auto tank. We've moved locations. We've moved to what I'm going to call the Plateau of Power, even though it doesn't really look like that on the map here. I've got tons of troops here. I don't know if they all spawned in because I basically just stacked them all on top of each other. As you can see, the performance is not quite as good. There's about 4 armies stacked here. And they're surrounded by tanks. I've halved everything, so it's what the original auto tank fought and defeated. And if this defeats everything here, then we're going to go back up to that double and then try and work up from there. But for now, let's get everything kicked off. And there go the tanks immediately. All part of the grand plan. And they're all being held. There's about 20,000 troops, I think, gathered up in the center there. And the tanks are surrounding them for that extra protection. Look at all the fire you can see. It's absolutely ridiculous. Though apparently on this side the plateau is actually working against them because they can't fire at them until they get close. Everywhere else, though, is a completely different story. As you can see, everything's being held up by the tank. That just looks amazing. Everything's being held up by the tanks, and that's sort of by design. Because if we had humans and stuff in front of everything, they get absolutely ruined by the trolls, the T-Rexes, the werewolves, the juice men. They'd get absolutely ruined. So if they get through the tanks, they might win. I don't know if it will take how long it will take them to get through, considering this is an absolute epilepsy warning. Holy shit, I probably should put something up for that. This is just an absolute layered mess of soldiers that you can't get close to. Apparently only really the juice men in the center are really copping the brunt of it. On the edges they're not really copping it the same amount because they're not as close, so the armies aren't, the soldiers in the center aren't really attacking the corners. So that could be a strong entry point. As you can see, there is a little bit of a gap here that the T-Rexes might exploit, but we have to see. Obviously it's taken a while to get through the tanks because of their health. But it looks like they've gotten through at least one layer so far. The werewolves, however, are doing absolutely terribly. So far, it's looking like this has the equivalent power or more of an auto tank. So far, this experiment's going well, and it's looking like we're going to have to go to the double or nothing that we had in the previous video to see if that defeats this, like it defeated the auto tank. Still, this is absolutely wild. As you can see, the juice men and the werewolves are not faring so well. The werewolves have gone first. The juice men are going to follow up. By the looks of it, it's actually going to potentially be the T-Rexes next, which I wouldn't have called, but that might just be because of their positioning. They probably got hit way more. The trolls are just not copping it. The trolls seem to survive the brunt of the tanks and soldiers way more than everything else. Unless this is the significant cluster of T-Rexes and they've shifted across to this side for whatever reason. Though you can sort of tell the lines of sight. Like, this was a clear line of sight for the soldiers. Everything that's here is dying way quicker, but they're also pushing through their way quicker. Just like here, this side got absolutely ruined. The center here got ruined before everything else, but over this side you can see, and the juice men amongst the trolls are surviving, but the trolls are definitely holding out the longest, and they seem like they're going to have the most significant chance of breaking through to the soldiers. But this is looking like it's... Oh, there go all the T-Rexes. So what I was saying about this being the significant force of T-Rexes, whatever happened, they're all gone now. And it is just the trolls left apart from one T-Rex here and what appears to be a handful of extremely lucky juice men there. But there is a bit of a breakthrough here. This was already a little bit of a gap that's sort of being exploited, but it's they have done so quite effectively on this side. But this is definitely going to be a double or nothing follow-up, as the forces in the center combined with the muscle of the tanks is a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure. Now we just we wait until the trolls drop, which will be quicker than they were before because oh, that's so bright. Because now all the focus fire is going in one direction. And they're gonna get obliterated. I mean, look at this. Now that all the guns are pointed in this direction, they're barely getting through this point where they almost broke through at. Look at this. It's quite impressive how powerful this force is. The plateau of power. It's not as high as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty impressive. And here we see the last of the trolls. Look at that's just absolutely insane, the amount of bullets that are flying through the air. We definitely got to do some slow. Whoa! It just stopped. Look at that. Oh, there's some over here. Wow. Whoa. It's like a juice man over here or something. Oi. I don't know what's happening, but the game decided it doesn't like what happened. There must have been just a juice man left over here still. Look at this. Oh my god, there's so much blinking. So many soldiers. Well, time to, well, double or nothing. Well, we're back in for double or nothing. This is the force that defeated an auto tank. Will the force we've got in the middle be stronger or weaker than an auto tank? Let's begin and find out. As obviously the tanks start off again as they did last time, but now they've got double the amount of forces. And as we saw with half the amount that was that's present now, they got to this tank on this side. The trolls lasted the longest by a mile. The werewolves went first, then they went, then the T-Rexes went, then the trolls went. As you can see, the army's going heavy on the trolls, for the most part, but they're splitting across a little bit. But they mostly seem to be firing in the T-Rex and troll direction. But this is obviously a significantly more powerful force. I mean, look at this. That's an absolute sea of red T-Rexes that are absolutely charging in. I mean, they're already falling, but there's still a lot more pools of health to get through. So here we're probably going to see them breach and get towards the men this time, judging by how it went last time and how close they actually got with half the amount of forces. Now I'm pretty sure the T-Rexes are the strongest damage-wise, that's why they were able to push the furthest in. The trolls definitely seem, according to last battle, they seem like they're the strongest, at least taking hits, though that could just be their positioning, because it seems like a lot of them here don't get hit, and it's only like stray bullets that hit these ones towards the back. The T-Rexes, however, tend to cop it the whole way through their ranks. Even these are being hit, so that's probably why they went down so fast last time in comparison to what I would have expected. Here, they tend to build up but drop dead pretty quick, and they get hit quite a ways back. I mean, they're dying all the way back here. But they are getting close enough to do some damage. So that's definitely going to impact uh, as we progress. Hang on a minute, we've got a T-Rex that's done some interesting maneuvers and has taken a chunk out of the soldiers. Oh my god, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's like fireworks. They're all firing at that one T-Rex that threatened them and absolutely took a chunk out of them. That's actually wild. And it seems like the chunk of them got taken out over there too. It seems like with the amount of T-Rexes they're glitching through, they're absolutely destroying the tanks on this side compared to last time. This is definitely getting interesting. They're definitely pushing through a little bit on this side and on this side too. They looks like they've taken out a tank. They've definitely taken out more than a tank here, and the trolls are carving their way through the tanks as well, slowly but surely. This is definitely looking like it's advantage attacking force over defending force as compared to last time, which it looked like the defending force had the advantage the whole time. This line is definitely the best line of attack for the soldiers, though I think that one T-Rex coming up closer didn't help because they all diverted their guns in this direction. But there's no T-Rexes here, whereas there's still T-Rexes all the way out over there and all the way out over there. They're just gone from the middle. Same here. Well, actually not quite the same here. Oh wait, no, because there's juice men now here. Definitely same on that line. The juice men, there's not really. It seems like the line of sight on this side is not as good because despite the weaknesses of the juice men, they're still able to hold out much longer than you'd expect them to. But as we can see, look at this. The T-Rexes have officially gotten to where they were last time, if not even further. Actually, definitely further. They're just about in, and they're going to be threatening the soldiers. Though, if this is as close as they can get before dying... Oh, look at that. Trolls are getting some hits. I think that's the first hit a troll got. It didn't last very long, though. But now we've got T-Rexes. Look at that. Chunks are getting absolutely taken out. It appears as though I've missed chunks being taken out here, too. Look at that. T-Rexes are definitely putting in work that they weren't able to put in last time. And they're pushing around to this side too. But this is almost this has almost become a bit problematic for the T-Rexes because they're slowing themselves down instead of charging through the gaps. I mean, look at this. This is a completely different outcome than last time. They're absolutely charging through on this side, and they could be doing it on this side, but they're getting occupied with the tanks, which is not exactly ideal, but it is what it is. Oh, that's so impressive. I don't know if I could call who will win because there's still a lot of tanks on the other side that aren't going through because that is terrible English. That aren't being broken through because of the weaknesses of these corners or these sides, I should say. Look at this. The T-Rex and the trolls have pushed through such a huge amount on this side. Look at this. Even slow motion doesn't even really do justice to the amount of bullets that are flying through the air. It doesn't even look like anything's been slowed down. Look at the T-Rex going in for a chomp. And are there any flying? Doesn't appear to be. Oh, there goes the T-Rex. Wow. This just looks so cool. There's another T-Rex. The T-Rex is almost gone on this side though. It's pretty much up to the trolls now to clean up. This side, however, still got a fair few T-Rexes, but again, they're occupied on the tanks. That could make or break this whole endeavor, because if they were pushing through on this corner, then it would look a whole lot more dire. As we can see that the Trolls are still hung up on the tanks, but they are getting through ever so slowly, and they're surrounding pretty much everywhere now because all the other units are gone. There's still some werewolves left, funnily enough. I don't think there's any juice men left at all. But I think we'll speed things up again. Oh, look at that. I reckon speeding it up does more justice than slowing it down, because it didn't look like much before, but now since we've slowed... It's pushing the tank! Since we've slowed it down, why is it pushing the tank? How's it doing that? What the hell is happening? But ever since we've sped it up, though, that looks ridiculous. I don't know how... Is this immune now? That's wild. Oh no, there it goes. The tank's still there. What the hell? Oh, there are no T-Rexes left. Oh no, there's still some left. There's still some T-Rexes left. Look at that. They're pushing right into the meat and potatoes of the armies now. There's only about probably 10,000 of those soldiers left. But T-Rexes are falling. There is two T-Rexes left. And that is it. And they're definitely the ones that were doing the most at taking out the soldiers. The trolls in numbers are chunking away at them too, but they're definitely dying. Yeah, there's that one. I was going to say there's one T-Rex left, and he sent a soldier flying at the screen with his last breath. Look at that. This looks like it's going to be a victory due to the sheer... Well, there's a victory for the attacking team due to the sheer numbers of the trolls, which are still the last ones left. And with this many soldiers left, it's looking like it's gonna be a troll victory. It doesn't look like anything's gonna stop them now. It's probably almost equivalent power to the auto tank, considering the attacking force won, though the attacking force won with more of everything left. No, when... Oh my god. English. The attacking force won with more soldiers left when they were attacking the auto tank. This force has definitely done more to absolutely dent the sheer power of the attacking force. But the trolls are showing themselves to be way too powerful. Even more so than the T-Rexes, more so than everything else. Their sheer health combined with their splash once they got to the soldiers absolutely was unmatched. Despite the power of the T-Rexes and the diversions from the other things, it's still, the trolls are still some of the toughest units in the game. And nothing's going to stop them from this victory now. I mean, look how many there are left. It's gotten ridiculous. And they had to absolutely do a number on the defending forces, but they've gone and done it. It's pretty impressive, all things considered. But now there's just these tanks left, and gee, these tanks are holding out, but they're not going to win. In fact, there's still some juice men left. Are there any werewolves left? That's the real question. I don't think there's any werewolves left. They were pretty weak. But I mean, how about that? It's a pretty impressive sight. 7 tanks left against however many. Let's bring up the numbers. 12. 12? Are they jammed? There's 10? 1, 2. I see 6 tanks, unless there are tanks elsewhere. Huh. Maybe they're jammed into each other, so it's actually hard to tell. Apparently there's 9 left. There goes another one. 8 left against 2,000. So it got down quite tight in the end, all things considered. But yeah, this is, and now there's 6 left, and there's still 5 here. So they must have been, like glitched together and jammed up and compressed with all the amount of soldiers around them. I mean, 2,000 trolls is a lot of damn trolls, and they look pretty bloody. But I'm impressed with how long the defending force held out, and we can see that we have not, we've probably beaten the strength of an auto tank, but we did not win. We could spend the extra time to make them win, but we'd just cycle through another battle of a lot of the same. So use your imagination, and I mean, you can pretty well see what would happen if we up the numbers. 4 left, 3 visible. 3 left, 2 visible. It's down to the down to the last 3, apparently. Tanks are desperate. I don't know if there'll be any. Look, 2,100. They've definitely been getting kills. How long will they last? I'm surprised they're still alive, to be honest. But no matter how many kills they get, the ranks will be refilled. Jeez, how much health do they have left? Look at that, a bunch of trolls just went down. I'm actually going to be a tank. Oh, I'm not taking any damage. 2 left. There, now I'm taking damage. I'm just going to back into them. It's taking a bit of time. But there's 2 left and now 2 visible. Oh. Wow, look at that. It popped real quick once I stopped being it, apparently. Now there's 1 left. This is the last hurrah. I don't know how. Yeah, there we go. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment down below on what fights you want to see next. But for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Oh, didn't nuke. Bye!